Hello once again, Star Wars and Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show, Shelf Talk. And today I have a shelf that's kind of high, kind of hard to get, and I'm going to do two things. I'm going to do a flyby of it, okay? So let's see how that goes. I'm talking about this shelf up here. It's mostly models. It's a lot of models, okay? Whoops. Am I getting that right? Yeah, I think so. All right, now this is where my channel here can be, or I shouldn't say my channel, my setup here is a little bit odd because I'm using rafters. I'm using every space I can. So this is going to be kind of a tough go. So I'm just going to ask you for your patience. Okay, I'm going to put this up as high as I can go. All right, so let's start with stuff I can reach. All right, we got these two beauties. Now models, okay, were oftentimes in the 70s and 80s like a very popular thing for kids. They still are popular, but I think that they had a little bit more popularity in the 70s and 80s. But these were my favorites. They are basically Star Wars conversion vans, pretty much just van models, okay, that they slapped some cute imagery on, okay, the little thing, pardon all the dust, all right, but these are, as you can see, this one's a little more complete. This one lost its bumper, and these are mostly snap together kits. I wasn't, I did a few ones that were like glue. I'm going to just kind of set these over here a little at a time. But I thought my model making skills for being in, pre-teen were pretty good. We got R2 here, okay? I don't think I want to try, it's so funny. Now models, these were beginners for beginning modelers. So when you look closely, you can see the model glue. This was a glue one. The model glue is like yellowed, and these were not meant to last. So, but for the amateur niche, I thought I did a pretty decent job. I painted it, so that's pretty good. Yes, it's very true that there are probably amazing professional modelers that are far, far stronger at this than me. But this is about, the stuff in my collection. Okay, moving on, we got. Oh, this was cool. This was a walking 3PO. I might have shown this in another one. I might have moved him. Unfortunately, you can see you would wind him up and he would move. Unfortunately, I think the winding as part of it, and it doesn't seem to want to go. But his arms would move back and forth, and he even had these special, almost like snowshoes on his feet, so he wouldn't tip over. But he could still walk. But yeah, he doesn't seem to want to go anymore. So, ooh, no, okay, but. Still, again, and this was a snap together, so some pretty cool stuff that they did. When you're just trying to find unique things to have in your collection. Let's fast forward a little bit for the moment, and again, this is no particular order, but we have a snap together Naboo fighter, episode 1. Comes with the little stand. I loved the Naboo fighter. I thought that was really sleek. I loved what George Lucas was going for from a design perspective, that it was supposed to be kind of like the more sleek look and design as opposed to the beat up look. Here we have, I'm going to get down 2 more here. Oh my goodness, there's a lot up here that you can't even see. Alright, we got a poor AT-ST that lost one of its gunners. Okay, this is snapped together. This is a Slave 1 that, but I think at this point I was giving up. I didn't even paint it. Sorry for that, but again, still, I keep them in the collection. You might have just heard it clip off. What else we got? Let's see. Coming up here. All right, now this is not a model. This is an actual toy. It's the Luke Skywalker's Skyhopper vehicle. Okay, really cool. Comes with a rear gunner. Okay. I'm not sure if this is supposed to spin and do something, or really not. But I like it. It always reminds me of that part when you first see Luke after 3PO's getting his oil bath. He's sitting there flying around with basically a toy version of this. It's really cool. I enjoy it. Trying to see. It looks like there is a cockpit. I don't know how to get to it. But there is a Luke Skywalker pilot in there. So, I'm not 100% sure to open it. I'm not going to do that on camera right now. But Really cool. So it does find a space up there with the other models. All right, what else we got? All right, moving on here. We got, okay, this is another model. Oops, oh boy. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, this is a Star Destroyer. Okay, and you know, this is one of those, one of the reasons why I do this channel, so I can clean off some of this stuff. This is one of those that, you know, you could paint it, but why? It looks exactly like it did in the movie. The paint, there wasn't much of a paint color. It was basically gray. These are the stands that they come in. Unfortunately, these came off the stands, but I think with a relative ease, you can snap it back on, well, at least place it back on, and then it'll stay vertical, so that's pretty good. All right, what else we got? Oh, we got the Dark Lord himself. We got Vader. Unfortunately, his lightsaber has snapped off, and the lightsaber was glow in the dark, as is his eyes. Okay, so I don't have the ability to turn the lights off right this second, but I did a little painting on his with whatever paints I had. But other than that, there you go. So again, I know that these are not the most impressive things in the collection, but they're personal, okay? They're personal because I made them. I took time and I worked on them and I made the models. And I felt really proud of the job I did when I was young, okay? Looking back on it as an adult, I think, oh, my goodness. that really wasn't that good. All right, a few more things. These are, do I have only these two? I guess I only have this one, actually. This is what they call a cling. Has a little suction on it, and then you can just put, this is another Star Destroyer. I keep trying to cling it to the side of the walls here, but the suction, again, this plastic, and collectors, you're gonna find this. You're just gonna find it. It's a natural thing. A lot of these things weren't meant to be held on to forever and ever, so plastics do start to break down sometimes, particularly malleable plastic like the suction cup plastic. It is what it is. You can replace it. You replace the plastic suction cup, but otherwise, there you go. Okay? This is kind of fun. Let's see if I can get this to work. This is just a half of a shuttle, right? But they put a mirror on it, so it looks like the full thing. Came out with Return of the Jedi. And it even has like a little clip on it, so you can clip it to your shirt. Like that if you had a pocket protector. Because, you know, I mean, pocket protectors are the coolest thing. So, there you go. Had a few of those, but I think that's the only surviving one. Alright, wrapping things up here. Oh, well, you got Obi-Wan. Spin Pop. I don't think, yeah, I took the pop out. But I kept his, that was a nice little figure thing. Keep him up there. Alright. Wrapping things up, we got 3PO. Goes with R2. I thought they did a pretty good job with that. There's a little bit of painting involved on the waist. His red eye is kind of... This came out in the 70s or 80s. So I have a year on it. Made in USA. 1977. The glowing red eyes. 1977. Did they know? Did they know? Conspiracy. Who knows? Probably did. It probably did not know. I think it was just a decision on a model company. All right, we got, oh, this one, oh my goodness, I fear this one might not survive much longer. You got this AT-AT, but I tried to do a distressed paint, but that didn't come over too well. He's falling apart. The glue here is finally coming undone. So, but he still has some moving parts to it, so that's kind of cool. I don't expect these to last much longer, some of them. And but lastly, last two. We have the last two here. We got, put them both down. We got, all right, here we go. Got Darth Vader TIE Fighter. You know, I did the you know, the TIE wings and stuff, painted them. Pretty proud of that. It looks pretty good. And then, lastly, this is one of my favorites, the speeder bike. I think it's one of my favorites because it's my wife's favorite. So I think my wife's favorite scene in all Star Wars is the speeder bike chase from Return of the Jedi. Still is to this day. Although the Praetorian Guard fight with Rey and Kylo Ren in Last Jedi is probably a close second. Look at that. I mean, to me, this almost looks like, maybe it's the shininess of the armor, I don't know. But to me, this, like, look at that. Like, it almost looks as though it's like a model from the movie, like an actual filming model, I think, at least from a distance. It's pretty cool. So, you know, and whoa, almost dropped it, almost broke my favorite one. The best thing about all this model making is that you can still do it. There are still models available, even like when Star Wars didn't have any movies out or anything. I think models were being released of Star Wars vehicles the entire time that Star Wars was a thing. Even in those off years, they re-released them. I remember some of these models came out in the 90s. All right. In fact, in previous episodes, if you saw me do a kit bashing for our little cell phones for Galaxy's Edge, we wanted to use the cell phone covers that looked kind of in-universe, I was kit bashing a TIE Fighter, Darth Vader TIE Fighter box kit from, it was originally came out in 1977, and then it re-released in like 1997 or 1990. So, it, you know, right through the dark times as they were, there were models. So keep your eyes open. You can find them. And there's all levels. There's like beginner, snap together, all fully colored models. There's more experience where you have to do more gluing and painting. And you can even find, there have even been subscription models. Like I know the UK does this a lot, where they actually send you pieces of a model that you put together a little at a time. You can look that up. That's amazing. I've never really gotten into that personally because it's a little expensive when you fully do it, and it takes a lot of work, and that's just not time I have. I don't really have time for that. So, but those are my models, or some of my models. There's more. There's a few hanging from the rafters and stuff, but maybe we'll save them for another time. I think I got to do a whole walkthrough of rafters unboxing, or shelf talk, which we'll get to someday. So that'll do it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification. Welcome new subscribers. Spread the word. Live feeds are going to be coming. I don't know when. Probably when we're in Galaxy's Edge in a few months. So keep your eyes open. I'm looking into how to do that, set up announcements, that kind of thing. Very much looking forward to that. But also high-end stuff coming. Leave more comments for the what do I unbox video a few episodes ago. See what we can get. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force be with you.